Chapter 28, Comedy Control Rules. A light zero wind-up smack in the bum only goes so far after your son bites his big sister. Afterward, I say, Arthur, fart in your sister's face, burp into her armpit, headbutt her cerebellum, but no more biting. My son's post-traumatic teary whimpers subside, but this stay-at-home comedian was just getting warmed up. Minutes later, my 4-year-old son draws inspiration from Jewish pride incarnate, the Hebrew hammer, and draws a Star of David on our bathroom wall upstairs. Mom is at work at the hospital, in case you're wondering. First I screamed, Arthur, are you kidding me? But then I used comedy to subdue my rage and guard the remainder of our evening from complete disorder in the house. I said, you just wanted to draw, Arthur? I thought you were competing for the Maccabee Tagging Olympics. Of course, my 3 kids had no idea what the hell tagging meant, but through my use of comedy, I was able to lighten the mood and regain a semblance of control over my red-hot, Aries pissed-off emotion. I parked outside my son's school for pre-K this morning. One of his teachers, Miss Russo, helped him out of the car. Before she does, Arthur flashes bouncing Gimmel robot dreidel. Miss Russo stares at his Gimmel robot dreidel with total bewilderment, like she just spotted a Guido in Cancun without a tan line. Then Miss Russo said, what's that? Whatever it is, you could put it in your cubby. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, would she say the same thing if Arthur brought Jesus Apostle trading cards to share? But I didn't say anything in order to calm my anger at Miss Russo's grossed out, perplexed reaction to what Gimmel robot dreidel represented. I wrote these jokes below, making fun of my obvious Jewish paranoia about A, Jewish kids being accused of being greedy Hebrews for expecting too many gifts, and B, Jewish parents like me being accused of being too cheap for only getting 8 ho-hum gifts, which combined together never amount to the majestic might of a BB gun or Denise Richards and nothing but polar bear fur for Christmas. In case you're wondering, we got each of our 3 kids a big kahuna gift, plus the other 7 gifts for each kid weren't chopped liver either. These are a couple of new Hanukkah joke lighter uppers, fresh off the press. Aren't you blessed? Me instructing my son on how to avoid any anti-Semitic triggered aftermath at school. When you bring your Gimmel robot dreidel to pre-K, Arthur, make sure that when your Gentile classmates ask what Gimmel means, you don't say, give me all your money because we control all the world's banks, even the ones in the North Pole too. For Christmas, I'm not banking on getting more Black Champion socks for my mother-in-law. My wife works Christmas Eve, so we won't spend a white Christmas in Delaware this year. Postage is more expensive than the socks themselves. As you can see, comedy control rules because it allows anyone the opportunity to rewrite the narrative to their own liking. Comedy control rules because you're able to capture the cheapness of your mother-in-law and get in the last laugh. If you're lucky enough to have children, you must always serve Lady Laugh with all your sarcastic, silly-minded, over-the-top might. Screw other people's kids. Your own children's laughs will light up your heart like no other. When your children laugh, you beam with happiness, like when the stripper in Montreal didn't charge you for 2 lap dances after you bribed the DJ to play the Allman Brothers 22-minute whipping pose from the Fillmore East. Comedian Victor Borge said, laughter is the shortest distance between 2 people. So if you're not born naturally hilarious, nobody is unless you're Rodney, force yourself to take an improv class at Second City and get out of your head already. Who cares if you say something stupid or weird? You're going to tell me bloggers for BuzzFeed reporting on imaginary golden shower parties, still chasing down Russian collusion tales with less legs than Lieutenant Dan are smarter and more morally grounded than you are? I didn't think so. That's like asking if Kevin Hart is funnier than Chris Rock. Did you hear Kevin Hart withdrew from the Oscars because Obama called Jay-Z to tell him Michelle prefers Ellen? I think the other reason that Kevin Hart decided to back out from hosting the Oscars was because he didn't want any excessive attention drawn to his ties to the hip-hop gay mafia. I wonder if Chris Rock is pissed at Kevin Hart for never seeking out his hosting advice. Still, Kevin Hart is no Chris Rock. Lady Laugh is love supreme. Rain on me. Jim Morrison said, the media controls the minds. The beauty of fatherhood, fellas, is you get to control the mic. You're the biggest megaphone in the house, so don't play it safe or defer to your children like know-it-all hipster hacks from Portland, Maine. Own the room, or they'll own you. Assert your manhood. You're the star creator, and this makes you superior to the mere hipster cynic critic in us all. And don't sweat Scary Mommy in Sweats one bit. That's why Adam Sandler needs to host the Oscars this year. No other successful comedian has engendered as much bottle-lace critic jealousy than Show Me Your Cock and Balls Sandler. Sandler as host equals Oscar gold. He's a song and joke guy. Plus, his $100 million films keep the lights on in Hollywood. So, can the Golden Jew add this Oscar hosting feather to his cap already? Adam Sandler could even joke in his Oscars monologue about him hosting the Oscars is his Stop Looking at Me Swan song. Comedy control rules.